My God, my beard.
On a frozen winter morning by Gardner, Montana, I packed up my tent and drove into the astonishing Yellowstone National Park. Alright, we've got a bit of a mini journey going. Basically, last month I've been in eastern Montana, filming out by the river and visiting my parents and all that kind of thing. And I decided to spend a few days to revisit Yellowstone National Park during the winter time. I now have a new camera. I have an extra year's worth of experience in making videos and understanding of how I want to go about accomplishing these things. And so I'm kind of excited to go back for a couple days and visit Yellowstone during the winter time, which is just such an incredible place. You know, Yellowstone is always amazing, but during the winter there are fewer people, so there's less of that excessive, heavily packed tourist element. And it's spectacular. There's so many crazy patterns and textures of, you know, frost and things going onto trees, and the wildlife appears different with their winter coats, and frost on bison. And I'm just really excited to go explore the park and see some new things and bring the wonders of Yellowstone in the winter to your screens. So come join me. To start my adventures, I hiked into the Mammoth Hot Springs, an improbable place where bright orange rocks are formed by superheated water. Yellowstone in the winter is a land of fire and ice, a landscape heated by an underground magma chamber that does battle with a frigid mountain cold. Colors and patterns become vividly apparent to the Yellowstone winter, frost creating beautiful sculptures from the surrounding wilds. In Yellowstone, the landscape feels truly alive, sculpted by a hidden volcanic giant. In something as simple as snow, wonder after wonder. The steam emitted by the hot springs covers the trees in frost, as though they were suddenly turned to ice. Yellowstone in the winter, compared to the summer, feels like a wilder, more rugged place where people are often nowhere to be found. But if you can brave the harsh cold, endless wonders await in this frozen land. A world of crystalline beauty. Visiting the Mammoth Hot Springs was like visiting an alien world, and it was an incredible way to begin my journeys in the park. As the clouds broke I drove from the hot springs into the unknown for new adventures. While Yellowstone is famous for its supervolcano, it is also a place incredibly rich in wildlife, a place where bison and wolves still roam. At the side of the road, I pulled over to film one of these bison herds. In their thick coats, bison show that they are made for this frozen place, prehistoric creatures that suggest that the ice sheets are not far away. When the bison were driven to near extinction in the late 1800s, Yellowstone National Park was the last place in the world where free roaming bison still lived, and they owe their existence to the park's protection. I really love watching and filming bison out in Yellowstone because they're not only just almost utterly prehistoric mammals, these just amazing winter coats and this just ability to completely weather just how astonishingly cold it is out here, but they also exist at this slower pace than we're often used to as humans. They take their time, they're not rushed at all, and I just find that quite remarkable. It's always quite a blast. From the bison herd, I drove further east into the incredible Lamar Valley. A liquid spring heated by the volcano provided refuge for one of the park's birds. While I would explore the area more the next day, every moment of the Lamar Valley is one I cherish, a place where the old plains live and whisper their stories. From the Lamar, I worked my way east to a trail that I haven't yet traveled. Epic mountain scenery looking down from the skies. There are many paths in Yellowstone to explore off the roads, leading way to secret hidden beauty. Alright, well I'm walking down the Thunderer Ridge Trail. This is a trail I've never been on, just kind of a random trail at the side of the road towards the east side of the Lamar Valley once it enters the more forested area. And there's just some beautiful, beautiful mountains up overhead and a creek that runs through the area and lots of pine trees and just kind of a beautiful winter Yellowstone scene. So I'm excited to just kind of wander around a little bit and see what cool things I can find out here on a completely unknown trail. Have some adventure. There's something incredible about winter in the mountains. Patterns of shadow and light projected on the bright snow. The low light giving small conifers a new height. From the mountains, a stream runs through the frigid cold. Growing up in Montana, the mountain coniferous forest will always be a special place to me, and I was glad to wander its beauty and wonder. The next day, I woke up early in the bitter cold, just over 0 degrees, and drove into Lamar Valley to explore its riches more deeply. Frost lining the sign by the trailhead emphasized the incredible cold the Yellowstone winter provides. Sagebrush shows its resilience in the face of such harsh conditions. Snow and ice truly reinvent the surrounding world, covering the ground and water with patterns and textures of astonishing beauty. Okay, well, while the camera is still non-frozen, I'm in one of my absolute favorite places on Earth. This is the Lamar Valley in Yellowstone National Park. Just this spectacular valley that is just often full of bison and wolves and all this amazing wildlife. Just one of the places where the old prairie still lives. So, I'm gonna start out this second and probably final day in Yellowstone. It is super cold, sleeping in, 1 or 2 degree temperatures. You can tell my beard is already frozen. I've just got out here. Anyway, gonna go spend the start of the day wandering the Lamar Valley and seeing what amazing, incredible sightings I could find. Come join me. Frost-covered bison searching for buried grasses are a common sight in the Lamar winter. Prehistoric giants thriving in the valley cold. The Lamar River pointed the way to the glowing light of dawn. My God, my beard. Anyway, as you can tell, it's cold out. I think a pretty good rule is if you find yourself over frozen water and see a little gap that drops down to who knows how far, it's time to turn around. So I'm gonna work my way back and then take a photo of this ridiculous frozen beard. On my way out of the valley, I found the frozen dropped meal of a coyote passing by. To end my journey in Yellowstone, I visited a hidden treasure that tells the story of the park's fiery volcanic history. Follow the icy road for a quarter of a mile and you'll be brought to an astonishing wonder of nature. Okay, well, I'm going to be checking out a place that I checked out in last year's video as well, which is a petrified tree. Because Yellowstone National Park, just like today, has been a volcanically active region for quite some time, and sometimes that volcanic activity would bury entire forests in rock and ash, and in this particular tree's case, buried it vertically, standing as it may have in life. And so I'm gonna go hike down in the cold and go show you a really amazing wonder of nature. Trees hold memories of ancient events. A petrified tree buried in a violent volcanic explosion. The lifelike ripples of wood belong to a tree that 50 million years ago was caught in a massive volcanic debris field, the past coming to life in Yellowstone National Park. From its geology to its wildlife, Yellowstone is one of the most epic places on our planet. It is always a tremendous joy to wander its snowy paths in wonder.